Question 1. Do you live in a house or an apartment? For this question, if you just say, I live in a house, or, I live in an apartment, it's too short, and you won't get a high score. So, how can we answer it better? Now, if you want to get a higher score, you need to expand your response and make it more interesting. Here are a few things to keep in mind. First, give more details. Instead of just saying where you live, describe it. Talk about the size, location, or something special about it. Second, use adjectives. Don't just say, I live in a house. Tell me what kind of house it is. Is it small? Spacious? Cozy? Modern? The more descriptive, the better. Third, make it personal. Try to connect your answer to your own life. How do you feel about your home? What do you like most about it? Alright, now let's apply this technique. For example, instead of simply saying, I live in a house. Too short. You can say, I live in a small but cozy house in the countryside. It has a big garden where my family grows vegetables, and there are beautiful rice fields around. The best thing about my house is the fresh air and peaceful atmosphere. See? Now the answer is much better. Now, it's your turn. Describe your home in a few sentences. Question 2. Can you describe the place where you live? For this question, if you just say, I live in a quiet place with trees, it doesn't give enough information and won't help you get a high score. To get a high score, expand your answer and add interesting details. Here's how. Describe the area clearly. Is it a city, a small town, or a rural area? Use sensory details. What can you see, hear, or feel in your environment? Add your opinion. Do you like living there? Why or why not? Here's a better answer. I live in a quiet place with trees. Too simple. I live in a peaceful village in the mountains. The air is fresh, and the scenery is breathtaking. There are green hills, small rivers, and many traditional wooden houses. I love living here because it's calm and relaxing, far from the noise of the city. Now, tell me about where you live. Let's practice. Question 3. How long have you lived in your current home? For this question, if you just say, I have lived here since I was born, it's too basic and won't show fluency. To get a high score, use present perfect tense correctly to talk about time. Give a little background about your home and family history. Express your feelings about living there for a long time. For example, instead of saying, I have lived here since I was born. Too simple. You can say, I have lived in my current home since I was born, which means I have spent my whole life here. My parents also grew up in this village, and our house has been in the family for generations. I feel very attached to this place because it holds many childhood memories. Much better. Now, it's your turn. How long have you lived in your home? Question 4. What is your favorite room in your house? Why? For this question, if you just say, my favorite room is my bedroom, it's too short and doesn't explain why. To get a high score, give reasons why you like it. Describe the room using vivid adjectives. Mention activities you do there. Instead of saying, my favorite room is my bedroom. Too short. You should say, my favorite room is my bedroom because it's my personal space. It's small but very cozy, with a wooden desk, a comfortable bed, and a bookshelf full of my favorite novels. I spend most of my time here studying and relaxing. Now, what is your favorite room? Let's talk about it. Question 5. How many people live in your house? For this question, if you just say, 4 people live in my house, it's too short and lacks detail. To improve your answer, mention who they are: parents, siblings, grandparents, etc. Describe your relationship with them. Say something about family life at home. Instead of saying, 4 people live in my house. Too simple. You can say, there are 4 people in my family: my parents, my younger brother, and me. We live together in a small house in the countryside. My parents work on the farm, while my brother and I go to school. Even though our house is not big, it's always warm and full of laughter. How about your home? How many people live with you? Question 6. What kind of decoration do you have in your house? For this question, if you just say, we have some pictures on the wall, it's too simple and doesn't give enough details. To get a high score, describe different decorations, paintings, furniture, plants, colors, etc. Use adjectives to make your answer more vivid. Give a personal touch by mentioning something special about your home's decoration. Instead of saying, we have some pictures on the wall. Too basic. You can say, our house is decorated in a simple but cozy style. The walls are painted light blue, and we have family photos and traditional paintings hanging in the living room. My mother loves plants, so we also have many green potted plants around the house, which makes it feel fresh and lively. Now, can you describe how your house is decorated? Question 7. Is there anything you would like to change about your home? For this question, if you just say, no, I like my house as it is, you are missing an opportunity to expand your answer. To improve your answer, even if you like your home, think of one small improvement. Explain why you want to change it. Use conditional structures like I wish or if I could, I would. Instead of saying, no, I like my house as it is. Too short. You can say, I love my home, but if I could change one thing, I would add a bigger study area. Right now, my desk is small, and I don't have enough space for my books. A larger study room with a comfortable chair and good lighting would help me concentrate better on my studies. Now, if you could change something about your home, what would it be? Question 8. What is your dream house like? For this question, if you just say, I want a big house, it's too vague and doesn't give enough detail. To get a high score, describe the size, style, and location of your dream house. Use descriptive language and future tenses, e.g., I would love to have. Explain why you want that kind of house. Instead of saying, I want a big house. Too simple. You can say, my dream house would be a cozy wooden cottage in the mountains. It would have large windows to enjoy the beautiful scenery, a fireplace to keep warm in the winter, and a big garden where I could grow flowers and vegetables. I love nature, so living in a peaceful place like that would be perfect for me. Now, can you describe your dream house? Question 9. What is the most important thing when choosing a house to live in? For this question, if you just say a house should be big and nice, it doesn't fully explain your opinion. To improve your answer, mention at least 1 or 2 important factors: location, size, price, safety, etc. Explain why those factors matter. Give an example if possible. Instead of saying, a house should be big and nice. Too vague. You can say, when choosing a house, I think the most important thing is the location. It should be in a safe and quiet area, especially for families with children. For example, my house is in the countryside, which means we have fresh air and beautiful natural surroundings. This makes it a great place to live. Now, it's your turn. What do you think is the most important thing when choosing a house? Question 10. What do you think makes a house feel like a home? For this question, if you just say, a house feels like home when it is comfortable, you are not fully explaining your idea. To improve your answer, mention different factors: family, memories, decoration, atmosphere, etc. Use descriptive words to make your answer more engaging. Give a personal example to support your idea. Instead of saying, a house feels like home when it is comfortable. Too basic. You can say, a house feels like a home when it is filled with love and happy memories. It's not just about the furniture or decorations, but the people who live there. For example, my home feels special because I always have my family around, and we share meals and laughter together every day. Now, what makes a house feel like home for you? Final practice time. Now that we've gone through these 10 questions, it's time to practice. Try answering each question in full sentences, using details, adjectives, and personal experiences. The more you practice, the more confident you will become.